I just think marriage is an hell in today's day and age. I mean, there's obviously the tradition component if you're religious, but you know, when it comes to the government involvement and the potential financial ramifications of having to unwind a marriage, it does not make sense. So don't get married, guys. Don't do it. You do, but you could have a life partner, for example, but you just don't need the government involved.
Exactly
in that.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
And fully want the whole white picket fence. We are husband and wife, but I just don't feel the need to go and sign some paper that lets them know that we are.
Yep.
Does that make sense for you as far as like why divorce is inherently more risky for men?
I just feel like you're saying because women tend to be the person who initiates a divorce, correct?
Yes.
That's why it's riskier for men. But why do women tend to end divorces? With successful men that have money, they cheat.
She said it earlier.
They do all these things that women don't want to put up with.
She said it earlier. It's
so
a feeling.
why?
Feelings change from day to day.
Yeah. So I could have been in love with the person at the moment, but if that person is no longer treating me well just because we're married, I have to say no.
That's the point.
Because he can't be a good husband.
So as a man,
that's all I'm asking.
If I marry you and you decide, you know what, he's not the guy I thought he was anymore, I'm leaving. You take half my stuff, and maybe.
So is there no risk without reward?
So what?
You married me, right?
No. So once again, this is why
you wanted to marry me.
Don't want to get married.
You loved me enough that it would be worth it to you to marry me and take the risk.
Hold on, stop the show. You just basically admitted it with your own words. Why guys don't get married?
Wow. I must say her two brain cells fought very valiantly to come up with that statement. Men aren't getting married because it's a scam. You sign a paper that lets her take half your stuff just because she isn't feeling it anymore. She gets the house, the kids, the cash. You get wrecked. Courts don't care either. You could be the best husband, the best dad. It doesn't matter. She still walks away set for life while you start over from zero. Marriage used to mean something. Now it's just a payday for her. No wonder men aren't signing up for that.
With your sameness and fairness thing, to be honest with you, it kind of sounds to me like you want equality as long as it's benefiting women, but when it's not benefiting women and men can take the brunt of it, you're like, that's cool. Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. How do you see that?
Well, I mean, if we lived in like a properly feminist world, there wouldn't be affirmative action initiatives to put more women in positions of like workplace positions and in academic positions. If we had a truly equal world, women, like I said, would get drafted into the military. Like, I think if feminists want to truly fight for equality, it's like, put your money where your mouth is. But if you only want equality when it's benefiting you, then it's not. You don't actually want equality. You just want a world that benefits women more often.
They've been taught victimhood is empowerment.
I'm not going to thank my husband for putting a new trash bag into the trash can. I'm not going to thank him for putting his clothes in the hamper. I'm not going to thank him for unloading the dishwasher. I'm not going to thank him for changing a diaper. I'm not going to thank him for cleaning a toilet. I'm not going to thank him for making the bed. I'm not going to thank him for doing any of the things that just come with living in a house. Like, if he would have to do it, if I didn't live here, like if he lived by himself and that was still a required task, I'm not saying thank you. That is just part of existing in a functioning home.
I'm not sure where this line of thought came from, that if we say thank you or show any type of gratitude, that we are enabling lazy men and that we will end up receiving less. Ladies, that is not how men work. And could you imagine if a man took the same line of thought and he decided he would no longer praise you for caring for your children, for making dinner, or for doing housework? Men are results driven, which is why gratitude, even for the small things, goes a long way.
See, the thing is, you don't have to thank him because his new wife definitely will.
There's no incentive for women to behave well through the course of a divorce at all, the way the laws are written. Legal professionals that I've talked to in the past will tell you flat out, you do not want to go to court. You want to try to resolve this out of court, because if you have a penis, you're going to lose. When things like parental alienation get very bad, what usually ends up happening is if the guy is lucky, he might get to see his kids and he gets to see how effective his ex-wife is at brainwashing his kids into hating him and taking all of his money and doing whatever she wants with it, and he has no say.
don't have to do, the adult content.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't have to do it. That would be great, but I would still want to do it. Personally, I'm an exhibitionist. I love, putting my sexual self out there for other people to see, for other people to, touch themselves to, have fun with.
Can I ask you a question? Since you're about presenting yourself to the world, do you have a good relationship with your father?
Okay, here we go.
No, I don't talk to him.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I saw that coming a mile away.
Debbie, Daddy didn't love me.
Fatherless behavior has become my favorite phrase, and Charlie Kirk is a savage for this.
Let's say you had a daughter, and she wanted to marry a homeless guy. Would you give him a chance? Would you want to meet him and talk to him?
Well, that's different because he has no money, but the girl's going to have money if she's doing OnlyFans, so at least she can,
But what if I told you a woman's sexuality is the equivalent to a man's status and money? So if a girl's out there giving it for free...
That's your opinion, but it's not mine, so that's okay.
It's not about an opinion. It's about how the genders objectively look at each other.
But I don't agree. That's just not
this is
not my philosophy.
But it's biological fact, though.
I don't see it as equal.
Men or women aren't equal. That's what I'm trying to illustrate here.
Yeah, but you just said it was equal. You said sexuality is equal
it's
to money.
It's the functional equivalent. That's why I had to switch the scenario so you can understand.
I just don't agree with that.
I found it interesting that you would go ahead and give a OnlyFans sex worker the benefit of the doubt and give her an opportunity to prove herself. But if I took the same situation, I said, okay, for your daughter, what if she was with a homeless guy? You said, no, I wouldn't even give him a chance.
Can I ask something?
Hold on. So I don't understand,
Don't argue with someone who's dead set on not getting it. Women pull these debate tricks to shut down anything they don't like. They'll say things like, that's just your opinion. Not all women men. Well, I don't agree so. It's not about discussion. It's about making you give up. Best response? Right, but XYZ is still true. And just keep saying it, over and over. Let her get frustrated for once.
Modern woman and a lot of the feminist indoctrination, brainwashing, and American women with these massive insecurity things. She's just saying well, I don't want men to be the leader. That's basically what she's saying. She's I don't want men to be the leader. I don't want women can be leader too. Not even women can be leaders too, but she's saying women can be better leaders in certain situations.
Went out of his way to make the workforce within that company 50-50 as much as he could in terms of men and women being represented. So we're talking about engineers, we're talking about tradespeople, we're talking about in workshops, we're talking at the managerial level.
If you hire 50% women engineers and 50% male engineers, then the women engineers are less qualified because the pool of engineers is lower among women. So you can't hire 50% women engineers without producing a decrement in the quality of the engineers because this selection pool is too small. You can't do that on a large scale. You might be able to do that in one company. Look, you think about it mathematically. If there's 10 times as many male engineers as there are female engineers, and you insist upon hiring 50-50, then obviously the degree to which the female engineers are proficient cannot be the same as the degree to which the male engineers are proficient. It's mathematically impossible.
So you're saying don't even try?
No, I'm saying something much more specific than that.
I now fully understand that these debates will never be won with clarity and fact.
When a woman says that you're controlling, toxic, insecure for not wanting your girl to go party 4 or 5 nights a week and get drunk and put herself in these sorts of situations, that's basically essentially just shaming language. You're trying to shame men out of using our masculine instincts to keep her out of positions that put the relationship at risk. There's absolutely no reason that a man should allow his girlfriend to put the relationship at risk. And I do think it's the case that if you're going out and partying and getting drunk and being around these kinds of people in these kinds of environments, you are putting your relationship at risk.
He is 1000% correct. There's nothing controlling or insecure about having boundaries and respect.
Imagine thinking that it was a bad thing, by the way, for a man to say that it's their job to take care of women. Remember when that was noble? You remember? I don't remember. When the Titanic was sinking, I don't remember all the women complaining that they were on the boats first with the children. No. Were they like, no, I'm staying here. Men, you take the boats. I've got this. No, because that would be weird. That would make no sense, right? And now we're warped, right? So this now we've been programmed as women to think that when a man says it's my job to take care of a woman, you're supposed to be offended by that. Instead of saying to yourself, well, that's a fundamentally decent man that thinks that's his job and is going to work his butt off to make that happen. Warped society. Don't play the game.
Feminism now really means acting self-centered and without the need for any accountability for your actions. Everyone's a feminist until the check comes.
It just doesn't make sense to me how women are not being asked out on dates. Like, there are so many beautiful women, like, come on, like, just shoot your shot. But a lot of the things that the guys were telling me, and these were guys from the ages of like 19 to 40, was like, no, we don't want to intimidate a woman. If we see them on the street, like, we'll cross the road so that they feel safe.
I do that.
No, we don't want to come across creepy. So I do see that obviously culture has really like removed this from the man, this kind of like the art of the chase. And then that, I think, in effect, is making more men passive.
There's a two-part solution that I have to this dilemma. Number one, women need to stop shaming men for simply approaching them, whether he is attractive in her eyes or not. Yes, I'm calling you out, ladies. Part two, I might get a lot of backlash for this, but more women need to approach. And just to be clear, ladies, I'm not talking about you just doing a brief look at him or a super quick smile, because those are such little hints that he might just think that you're being nice.
Realized about relationships. A guy starts off by putting 100% in the beginning of a relationship. And over time, that will slowly go down from like 100 to 95 to 90 to 80 to 85. And then you notice, and you only notice when it goes down to like 75 or 80%, and then you say something. And then when you say something, he puts back 5% effort and you're content. You're like, okay, he put in some effort, but it never goes back up to 100 or 90 or 95. It just goes from like that 75 to 80. And then it goes back down again to like 70. And then it goes down to 60. Long story short, it'll just go back down to 10% when it started at 100. I'm not saying all men do this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as a woman, I feel like we invest more time and put in more effort as the relationship goes on because it becomes more and more serious. Moral of the story, if you're dating a guy and he starts off at 100% effort and you're noticing over time it's slowly going down, I just think that you deserve better.
Leave women alone. Stop telling us what to do with our hair. Stop telling us what to do with our bodies. Stop telling us how to dress. Leave us alone.
Gold digger. Of course I just married him for the money and I'm waiting for him to die in like 5 years to leave behind the life insurance policy.
Shut up, bitch!
Why men don't approach women anymore. Number one, the fear of rejection. Women today, as we know, have some unrealistic standards. Some women. Unless he has a six-pack, 6 figure, and is 6 feet, you can't talk to him. Number two, it's not just about the fear of rejection. For some men, it's the fear of being labeled a creep or a predator because the man that's approaching you isn't your type. So because he's interested in you, he a creep? Come on now. Number three, online dating, which has made it so men don't have to get rejected in person. Number four, social media. Now you can just run up in somebody's DM. You don't have to have communication skills. I think all this technology and everything has made our communication skills terrible, y'all. Terrible. And last, we've seen how women will reject men in unnecessarily rude ways. It's okay to not be to try to embarrass them. Y'all, we gotta stop.
I'm good.
I get your name?
No, I don't have a name.
You want a name?
No.
That's very rude.
What drink you gonna get? You're rude for coming up to me and talking to me. That was nice to you.
There was no problem with the girl.
Oh yeah, I'm just texting my friend. She was just texting me.
No, it was no problem. I had seen you had left it on the table, and I was trying to get your attention, but you kept walking, so you probably didn't hear me. So that's why I was bringing over here.
So what you came out here for?
Man, I was bringing your ID. I would want somebody to bring me mine, and I'm on break anyway, so it makes.
Well, I'm grown. What else you came out here for?
Man, obviously that, and it's obvious, that you're pretty. So I was trying to talk to you, see if I can get to know you a little bit.
I want to get to know you. So what else you do outside this little job?
Damn, little job. Man, it's a job, not a little job. But. I'm a bartender, so, that's what I do. I'm working.
The disrespect was uncalled for. If she wasn't interested, she could have just gone away. She just recorded this whole interaction for her social pages just to try and embarrass the man about his job. So again, Why should these men approach if this is what most of these women are going to do?
It's open. It's open.
I don't go out on dates with guys who don't open the door for me.
Really?
Really?
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, man.
No, he didn't.
Normalize fucking hating your husband.
Are you stupid?
Like, for real. It's okay to go through about a minute, half a day, couple hours, fuck, a full day, even a week of just like, I can't fucking stand you right now. But deep down or in the back of your head, it might be all the way down in your toes at this point, you know I love you so much. And I know we're in this together. We're just in the thick of it.
Me during the earthquake so that she doesn't get the ick. This is literally what men have to do. These are the hoops they have to jump through because of the ridiculous standards that women put on them on social media. Somebody commented and said, new ick, standing still during an earthquake. Somebody else said, what earthquake? I didn't feel shit. That is what you have to say.
Have all the standards you want, ladies. More power to you. But don't blame men when you find yourself perpetually single. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal, link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.